Hey, the following video is about a weekly recap of my life in the tech world, and I also give you an update on my week and life as I'm transitioning from a real estate career and into the tech world. These are my honest thoughts and observations, and I hope they help you. Thank you for watching and stick around to the end, and I love you guys. I feel out of breath. So, I want to give you guys an update on my week, and I'm so thankful that you guys are here because I'm able to talk with it with somebody, and just kind of let you guys know what I'm feeling with. So on Thursday and Friday was the first day that they gave me my credentials, and they gave me access to start being able to move around in the system. And basically, what I feel is, you know, Friday was the official first day, and all I could think about during that day was like, wow, I've been here for almost a month, and mind you, I've only had like access to things only like for 2 or 3 days, but it's like I don't know how any of this junk works, and so I felt a little scared and kind of daunted because I had thought I was observing the information correctly, but it turns out like when you actually have access to it, it's like a totally different world. And so I've been feeling kind of like a little bit stressed out about this job because there's just so much that I don't know. And on Friday after work, I kind of took a minute to kind of look back over the week, and I realized, like, Gabriel, you are doing the very best you can with what you've been given. And so something that I just kind of think about is, kind of like how the job has been set up, right? And not to take it away, they've been awesome, they've been very nice. But it's like the person that's training me, quote unquote, is new. She's only been there about 5 months. And she's cool, really dope, but you can tell like sometimes when I ask her stuff, like, hey, can you like help me do this? Like she'll process through because she's not quite sure too. And the job is not about you having to know everything, right? But I just kind of look at it, and I guess what I feel is I'm just trying to do the best I can, right? And that's all you really can do if you really think about it. Um, yeah, those are kind of like my thoughts about it. So I feel it was a little bit of pressure, and I feel a little bit of anxiousness starting this week because there's so much that I still don't know, and I'm kind of scared because it's like I don't know how this week is gonna go. It's like I'm just trying to survive to the next week. Not to say that the job has been bad. It's just you don't know. I just don't know nothing, you know. And so that's kind of what's been on my mind this weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. I went and did like a 5K walk, got a medal. That was awesome. And so yeah, so kind of what I want to share with you guys this week is something that I've been thinking about too. And I'm gonna just say this, and if you feel like you can grab something from this, then it is what it is. I am thankful for this job because it has given me some structure, some stability, some predictability, and there's certain sense of like dignity that I feel. I don't know what came in my eye here, but there's like this certain energy of like dignity of like, yeah, this is what I do, you know? And it's very strange because I'm not trying to like identify with this job. I'm just like, okay, this is just something that I do, you know? And so I'm just thinking about it, and but it's been an overall a good experience. I lost my train of thought with what I was gonna say, but it's giving me that structure, that and that sense of dignity. Like, yeah, I do this. And okay, so going back to what I was gonna tell you guys, what I've been feeling this week is, like I was telling you guys earlier, I'm thankful for the job, but really, I find myself while I'm learning to do this job, constantly thinking about the next step, the next opportunity, the next thing in my future. And I've read this quote, and I kind of want to share it with you guys, and I hope I have it here on my computer. But I want to share this quote that I heard. It says, Beware of destination addiction. The idea that happiness is in the next place, the next job, or even the next partner. Until you give up the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where you are. And when I saw that, I just totally identified with it because here I am finally in this tech job, right? It's maybe not the best job I've ever wanted or dreamed of, but it's something that I wanted, right? 3 months ago, this is something that I would have killed for, you know? Not because it was the best job in the world, but because it gave me stability and structure. It's everything that I wanted, but there's always this energy, this ambitiousness, this wanting to do more interesting stuff, but I feel like it displaces me from where I'm currently at, right? Like, it's almost like for the fellas, right? This is for the guys. You got two girls. One of them is super smoking hot, blonde hair, blue eyes, guitar figure. And then you have this other girl. She's pretty, but she's not like the blonde hair, blue eyed girl. She's more nice or more calm. She texts you first. She makes you little food, right? And but you don't want that first girl. You want this freaking smoking hot, beautiful blonde hair, blue eyed girl, right? And that's kind of how I feel. But this girl is the one giving you attention. You know what I mean? this other girl doesn't even text you back, doesn't even know you exist or any of that. And so I'm just kind of observing my posture, right? And I feel like this anxiousness to like find, because the thing is, I got this because one of the certifications that I was going to do requires me to have some experience. And I was like, okay, this is a great place to get experience right in this field. And I just feel like this pressure of not wanting to be there, like wanting to do what I really want to do. And so that's just kind of something that I think of. But what I am observing is that I have to do the best I can with what I have now. And for those of us that have had traumatic childhoods and things like that, it's really hard because when you get a job, you think you've done a lot of healing work, but when you get a job or you put in a new environment, it's like a file cabinet opens up in your mind and soul of all the things that aren't healed or things that you still have to work on. And so it's something that I just think about, and I'm learning to be present is basically what the statement is about. Is how, you're not where you want to be, but this is where you have to be, for this season. And I'm conscious of the fact that I have this anxiousness, this ready to move on, right? But it can be detrimental to you because it pulls you away from what you're doing now. So you can't be good at what you're doing now because you're focusing on something over there. And so this has just been my experience. And it's really hard because sometimes I feel like I'm putting so much effort, so much brain power into this, and it's not something that, the role itself is not something that I don't want to say I don't want to do it, but it's something that's not my end all be all. And so that's just kind of something that I think about. And it's like, this is what I feel. I feel like I'm a little kid and I'm on my way to Disney World. And on my way to Disney World, I made a stop at a gas station. It's not Disney World, but I made a stop at the gas station. The problem is that my inner child, or there's some part of me that thinks this is the end, the gas station. But when in reality, it's just a stop on the way to Disney World. And so that impatience rises up in me. And so I'm just kind of sharing with you guys, that's kind of what I'm feeling. And that's kind of where my head is at. And so, but it all comes out more because now that I'm on the system and I'm working stuff, those pressures and those anxieties come up in me more. And so that's just kind of what I'm thinking about. And then there's another thing here. We're having a job while you have ADHD. On Friday, it was about 3 or 2, and like my brain is fried by like 2:30. I can barely pay attention or do anything after 2:30, and it's just the reality. So I wanna just share that with you guys. That's how my week has been. That's what I'm thinking about, and to recap this all, because I'm everywhere, is I am learning to be more present and to do the best I can with what I have now. And that is what my goal is: to be present, to be here, to do the best I can with the little that I have. And in reality and logically, that's the only thing, that's the best thing you can do. And I'm not going to tell you guys that I figured it out. Some days I definitely struggle with it more. And I'm making this video so I can remind myself that I'm doing the best I can. And so, learning to be present, learning to be here, learning to do the best with what you have, and not get addicted to the destination, I think is the key. And so, if I could say something to Gabriel, right, to my future self is, or to Gabriel, if I was talking to myself, there was a copy of me, I would say, Gabriel, you have to take it one day at a time. You're not going to know everything. Yes, it feels different and new. You have to be calm. You have to calm down. You are already on the path. Trust the process. Trust the journey. Stop being addicted to the destination is what I would tell Gabriel. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and let me know what you guys thought about this, and let me know what you guys are up to. But yeah, that's kind of what's been on my mind this week. And so, again, like I say always, I love you guys, and let me know what you guys thought about this video. And I feel like I'm going blank for the ending. But just know that I love you guys. So see you guys. Peace. Hey, if you just finished watching this video, I want to invite you to watch some of my other videos, and leave me a comment. That's what I wanted to say. All right. Love you guys.